This video is all about how you can build out your brand on Manus. And I wanted to get Rob on here because he's been building out his brand on Manus, and I wanted to get a real world take. Obviously, you're not a website developer. That's not what you do every day. But tell me about like everything you've done on Manus AI, and then I want to get into like the brand you've built with it.
Yeah, so I created the basic layout of the of my website, as you can see here, and it came with all the generic stuff, like all up on the top here. It had generic like additions and stuff that wasn't quite what I was going for, so I told it to change those, which it did. And then as I was going through it, it gave me suggestions to now we should work on this. So Manus AI is actually the designer, and it's asking me the questions to start building the website, which I have my own ideas too. It used to be all orange. I told it to be red, and this my logo wasn't quite right, so I added a picture of my logo, and it added it perfectly awesome. I told it to put the phone number as my actual phone number, and it did that as well. And yeah, I'm not a designer. You put a hammer in my hand, I work wonders. But you put a computer and this technology in front of me, I'm like, I don't know. But it's actually pretty user friendly in my opinion.
Let's go. And so, what have you all built with it? You've built the website. Like, can you go to other pages on the website?
Yeah, I have. I started. I think I did the doors one. Yeah, see how I clicked on it. I told it to do a subpage.
Yep.
I think it's yeah subpage of that one, and I also did. I think I did the kitchen one. Yeah, I did the kitchen one as well.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then, what were you able to do in terms of like quoting on the platform? Like, was it able to like, because obviously this can pull things off of the actual internet, and so like, was it able to like help speed anything up in your process, or how did you find that?
I gave it a material list, and I told it to give me the pricing in the city that I am in from like the Home Depot website or whatever. And my number and its number was dead on when it comes to material cost. Now at that point, now I gave it a little bit of trust, so I said, and I gave it the design that I want that for those materials to go into this design. So it's learning how to it actually learned the material list I need, what I created for this design. So now I told it to use that formula for the next size deck. So now I'm doing some testing with that to make sure it's accurate. But if it does do it and it's accurate as accurate as I think it's going to be, that's going to speed me up 100%. You just have to give it the parameters and give it the forward like the markups that you put on things and the revenue and like all the stuff that like all the profit you want to make on it and labor. Once you tell it all your parameters for your business, and then when you give it, it's like, hey, I want to do a 12 by 12 deck. Boom, it spits it out, and it actually gives you an accurate number every single time. So as far as speed is concerned, well, I could probably do like 20 quotes and like, or yeah, 20 built up quotes in maybe an hour. That's that's only putting in the information that takes like the customer name and all that stuff. So what I was like, okay, well, everyone uses QuickBooks. Everyone uses QuickBooks estimates, blah, blah, blah. They're all generically looking. So I'm like, you know what? I want to make it look a little different. So what I did is I created my own estimate page. And oh, not that one. And where is it? I think it might be this one. Download. Yeah, so I created what? Not that. Nope. Oh, I had it here. Let me see here. Oh, library. Maybe it's in there. There it is. So what I told it to do is make me an estimate. All my estimates are going to look different than everyone else's now. So this is what I came up with, and I tweaked it a little bit, but yeah, no, it looks totally different from everybody else's, and it's just an estimate. So it's just what that is, and invoicing and all that stuff will be, the QuickBooks or whatever platform you use. But as far as like
Well,
captioning,
that's just incredible. Scroll down. I think that's a pretty unique thing you have on your quote. If you scroll down there, right here, it says, like the process, right? What's included, what's not included. And then if you scroll down, your investment, rather than saying cost, you're saying your investment because they're getting a new deck, and that will definitely add more value to their home. So, like, I don't know, it's pretty unreal. I really like that.
and then it gives you an area where you have acceptance, so you have the client sign and print and date, and then whatever representative that's there to accept it, like an authorized representative to accept this as an estimate. So it most likely will be me. So I'll be signing right here. They sign this, and then I haven't got through the terms and conditions yet, but I'll be putting my terms and conditions down here. So upon signing, everything is pretty laid out, pretty clear in my opinion. There's no, and I got them to do an AI rendering of what it will look like potentially. So this is just a rendering. It's a random rendering that it just made that. So now not only do they get the estimate, but they have an idea of what it's going to look like too. So they know exactly what they're getting.
People believe what they see, not what they hear. You know,
Yeah,
that'll
yes,
look exactly like the deck they're gonna get.
yeah, pretty much, pretty close. But it's close enough to where they're like, oh, okay, I do like the wood railings, or they're like, you know what, I don't like the wood railings, I want to upgrade, and then then I'll be creating a secondary upgrade page for all my estimates, so they can actually put the upgrade. They can say, okay, you know what, I want aluminum railings, instead of them calling me asking for a quote for aluminum railings. It'll automatically be on the back, and they can just add it to their total.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that it actually releases a lot of work on my back, so I don't have to answer their 50 calls about, hey, what if I use this, hey, what if I use that. If it's just all laid out pretty clear like this, not only does it look super professional, but it also just, they can call you when they're ready. They can add whatever they want. They can say, hey, you know what, I like your quote, but I want to replace the wood railings to aluminum, and we're good to go. And then they'll ask me when I can schedule it, and off I go.
And how much did it cost you to do all that? Build the website, build that out, you know?
Oh, I'd be surprised if it cost me like $6, because you buy the credits, and the credits, you just use them. They're like 50, like $60 or whatever Canadian, and I like 10,000 credits. I think I use 1,000 of them. So
Wow.
yeah, like $6.
And you know what's a cool thing? In the link in this video, people can also get a free 500 credits, because we'll throw the link in there for them.
Sweet.
Yep. Same as how
Well, I
me and
think,
you both got free 500 credits.
yeah, no, this is a great tool. It makes ChatGPT look like a wimp. This is where like I can actually do the test. I can go to ChatGPT and do exactly what I just did, and trust me, you're not getting this quality at all. And it's like it takes forever, and every time you try to tweak it after they makes it, it never listens to you. It always does it wrong. Yeah, no, this is definitely a superior over ChatGPT, 100%. I'd pay, and it is double than ChatGPT, but it's worth quadruple.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
definitely adding more value than you got to pay, that's for sure.
absolutely. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. I probably spent maybe about an hour,
An
maybe
hour.
just, yeah,
Boom.
just farting around with it, just playing around with it, just trying to get used to it. I didn't realize how easy like after about an hour, I kind of got the hang of it. And it's like talking to you. It's like talking to another human. It's like, hey man, I want this changed. I want this color changed. I want this information changed. And boom, it's changed. Boom, it changed. Boom, it changed. And it's doing it accurately too. I'm like, wow, this is it's efficient for sure.
Very efficient.
So yeah, so I got that. Then I started doing some other stuff. but that's not done yet. Yeah, no, I this is a game changer for sure.
Let's go. Well, that definitely shows everybody, how impactful this tool can be coming from a builder himself. And so, with no prior, real website building experience or graphic design experience, I'm sure you had some skill, but that definitely wasn't your priority, right? Or, your main skill set. And so the fact that you can come in here and under an hour and a half you can build all this out. So um, I appreciate everybody for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Okay, I'm gonna just one sec.